where is the third person?
What person?
You said 3?
Yeah, Tammy,
Oh,
Heather, and Robert are.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. We can start if you'd like.
Hi, everyone. I think I know everyone in this room except for you.
I'm Kathleen.
Kathleen, and you are in what program? Adult Ed?
Nope. Higher ed. I'm an online student.
Oh,
usually.
are you
But I
Kathleen
happen-
Manning? Not Kathleen.
Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, hi, Kathleen.
So I happen to be in town today, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can make it in person.
How are you?
Good. I'm very
to
good.
see you in person.
You too.
It's wonderful to be able to do that. I was like, wait a minute. You're not adult ed, you're higher ed. Okay. Well, today what we're going to do is we're going to go through the electronic portfolio. And what I will do is I'll go through the outcomes piece. And what Anita will do is she'll go through the technical piece. Okay? One of the things that you want to do, and Anita Samuel is our technical person. She's our grad assistant through this process.
Yes.
Can you all hear me? Tammy, Rob, and Heather?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, just want to check. One of the things that you want to do as soon as possible, I know you have this, is you want to sign up for the electronic portfolio. You want to sign up as quickly as possible. If you're doing it next semester, you won't have to do it till May. Can they do it earlier?
You can do it.
You can do it anytime. Yeah. So if as soon as you possibly can, you want to do that. The e-portfolio, the last day to turn it in is April 17th, and we will have the defense on April 24th. Okay? Don't wait until 11:58 or 11:59 to drop the portfolio in the Dropbox, because if you do, it might not go through, and then what happens is it won't be loaded. So you want to make sure you give yourself some time before you load your document, okay?
So I just like to interject. Yes, that your e-portfolio will be a huge file. So when you're putting it into Dropbox, it will take some time to upload. So you want to make sure you have enough time for any technical difficulties.
Okay.
Okay. And oh yes, the Dropbox will close at midnight Central Time on April 17th.
One of the things that you want to do is you want to work with your advisor, okay, to develop your resume. I'm sure all of you have one, okay, to select your artifacts, and you'll select 6 of them. And the artifacts can be a paper that you wrote with a couple of other students. It can be a PowerPoint presentation. If you did a video clip, if you did a midterm exam, anything along those lines, it's an artifact. So it's not just a research paper that's an artifact, okay? Your internship portfolio, if you did an internship portfolio, you can use that too as an artifact. So there'll be 6 artifacts, 6 reflections, a reflection for each artifact, 1 summative reflection, which is an overall discussion of your outcomes, your 6 artifacts and outcomes, and the PowerPoint presentation. During the presentation, you'll be in this room, and there will be 2 faculty members usually sitting over here, and then you'll probably be standing where Anita is standing, okay? And what will happen is we'll give you 15 minutes to present your portfolio. That means that you don't want to cut and paste all the stuff from your artifacts or from your outcomes. You don't want to do that in the PowerPoint presentation. You want to use words as guides. So you want to make sure that you do that. And you also want to make sure that you don't read the PowerPoint presentation. So just pretend you're doing it in class or in front of your employer. Okay? Okay. Let's take a look at the adult and continuing education. Are you all hearing me and following along? Robert, Heather, and Tammy?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, thanks, Robert.
Yeah, oh, nobody else? Okay. And so let's say you've taken 757, Principles and Foundations of Adult Education. Okay? What you want to do is you want to select an artifact that shows that you learn and you grew from that experience. You want to use theories, you want to use the literature. You don't want to say, well, I really like this and that, and I thought adult education was a lot of fun. I'm just using this as an example. I don't mean to be insultive or anything like that, but you do want to use the theory and the literature to talk about your outcome. What you don't want to do, you don't want to repeat your artifact and your outcome. You don't want to do that because we've already read the artifact. So we're interested in the learning piece, the theory to practice piece.
And this table is available on the guide to on the guide to the e-portfolio, the handout that I gave you. It's in the appendix. So you will find all 6 outcomes in the appendix there.
Let's say you are a higher education student, and one of the outcomes is identification and analysis of historical, philosophical, sociological, contemporary issues shaping the nature of higher education. Well, that class you probably took with me. You do 709. You can use so many things in there. You can use your midterm. You can use your research paper. If you did a team presentation with your classmate, you can do that. So there are different ways that you can do it. You can use the Rudolph book, which I love, so I'll be biased on that. And as long as you use an artifact that connects to those points, you will be fine. Again, the literature. You want to connect the literature to that. You don't want to say colleges and universities are great places to go. You want to say colleges and universities have given opportunities to certain groups and no opportunities to other groups during these periods of time. You want to talk like that, okay? Okay. One artifact, you select an artifact, but you can't use the same artifact twice. You can use the same you can use an artifact for the same course. You have 2 different artifacts, you can do that. Each artifact should be a reflection. You're actually thinking about what you learned, and you're reflecting on your progress, like I said before, and you're connecting your theories to your current employment right now or future employment. Okay, so if you're going to use, let's say, college student development theory, and you're going to use Rendon's validation theory, I'm just using that as an example, then you would talk about that theory, how that theory informs your practice or will inform your practice. You want to do one thing for sure. You must include why the artifact was selected, impact on your continued learning for professional development, what I just talked about, and evidence of artifact use in professional practice resulting from the experience. So I know some of you work here on campus or are doing assistantships, and some of the readings that you've done and a lot of the work that you do connect from your work to the text. So I think you'll be able to do that fairly easy.
And we have a template of this on D2L. You just have to download the Word document, and the subheadings are there. You just have to plug in your sections of it.
Please cite APA Style 6th edition. Please make sure you do that. Include references. So you cite within the reflection, and also you can do like a list of all your references at the end. You don't have to do one for every single artifact. The documents should not be more than 6 pages. I think if you can't say it in 3 to 4 pages, you're repeating yourself. 3 to 6. I'm personally, I like the 3-pagers. They usually just go right in and come right out. So anything above that, I don't know how the committee will take it, to be perfectly honest with you. I had one student that wrote 10 pages per artifact, and I just didn't read. It was like, that's too much. That's just us, too much to do. So 3 to 6 pages,
I
yes.
have a question, Elaine. If we're going to put up like 2 artifacts for a particular outcome, still just the 3 to 4 pages on the 2 of them?
Yeah, but you don't have to put 2 artifacts on the same outcome. You don't have to.
I
You
know.
just choose one.
The only reason I'm thinking of with the class, the independent reading class, to put up like the syllabus that I created in addition to the paper that I did.
Oh, okay, I see
You know what
what
I
you
mean?
mean. Yeah, those two go together.
Yeah, but I don't need to write 2 separate things. I can just write one reflection that encompasses.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Not too much.
Yeah, 3 to 4.
3 or 4. Okay. Prepare an MS Word, 12-point font, 1-inch margin on all sides. Just, I don't think it was on there, but we can send you an email with that. Okay, Times Roman, New Roman, like you usually do with your papers. And at the end, you're going to do the summative reflection, which is your statement of philosophy in adult ed or higher ed. And this is really important because most employers in higher education are asking their candidates to do a 5, 10 to 15-minute presentation on their philosophy of education or their philosophy of higher ed. And you want to make sure that you get a little practice here, okay? So you want to make sure you do that. Okay. Okay, the defense will be 30 minutes, 15 minutes for you to present your portfolio, and then the other 15 minutes will be, we will ask you questions. And we will ask you questions about the portfolio and what's in the portfolio. Like, we're not going to ask you a theory that's not in there, okay? So you want to make sure that you do know your stuff. Whatever you put in there, you want to make sure that you know it and know it well. Be prepared to defend your ideas. We'll challenge you. And your job is to defend your stance. So like a mini dissertation, a real mini dissertation. And that should take about 10 minutes. And then what we will do is we'll ask you to step out. Then the 2 faculty members will confer. They'll complete the rubric for the e-portfolio defense. And then we will call you back and give you our decision.
Just to let you know, you can present via Skype, you can call in, or you can present in person. So any option is available to you, and you just have to let me know ahead of time and we'll set it up.
If you want to know about the process, you can talk to me about how is this going to happen. You can talk to me about that. You can't talk to me about the content. You really can't talk to anybody about the content but yourself. You can talk to your advisor and you can bounce some ideas off him or her, but really this is your project and this is your presentation. Okay? Does that make sense? Technical support is Anita. Anything that has to do with doing the e-portfolio, she's our #1 person. Without her, I wouldn't be able to function here, believe me when I tell you. And content support your advisor, but your advisor's not going to read your reflections. That's not going to happen. Okay?
And that's it.
That's it.
Any questions?
Any questions from the online folks?
If you haven't met with your advisors and you're presenting in spring, please meet with your advisors now. And you need to you need to discuss with them for each outcome what artifact you are choosing. That kind of needs to go through your advisor. So get that sorted out as soon as possible. Okay, no questions from Robert and Heather.
Okay. Any questions from you guys? It's pretty straightforward, but it is scary. It is scary. This is a scary process because you're presenting something that is dear to you, that you've worked really hard on, and you know it's up for critique and for questioning, and that's always scary. But you'll live through it.
Do you know who the people are who will be reviewing your portfolio? Okay.
All a matter of who's available and
And this
so
semester we have 16 students presenting, so it's going to be packed.
And does it all take place on one day or?
We'll have we have to figure
Oh my
it
gosh.
out.
Mhm.
So,
I'm
yeah.
glad I'm in the summer.
Just a technical question, so I guess this is for you, Anita.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somewhere on the D2L site, or that it says something about before you do anything, you have to download like a
Template?
template. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, do you need to download a template for your e-portfolio? For administrative leadership and higher education, there is no such thing as a template.
Okay.